Don't tell me what to tell me, what to tell me. Fuck, man. Maybe I should just act normal on these. Maybe I should just be me. Maybe there's nothing wrong with being me because I can talk in a way that maybe people can understand. But anyways, I already talked about that in a video I just made. I'm just running shit by, okay? I'm just running shit. I'm just let's just make some shit and have fun, you know? Let's write some stuff. Let's come up with stuff. I don't know if that really even ever does that really work though? Ever? Is that really that useful? It seems like most of the time I just talk about a bunch of useless shit that no one cares about because it's like, I'm not giving anybody new information. It's like I'm thinking about um, I'm always thinking about what books to write, what videos to make, what animations to make, what video to make, what kind of grind do I want to go on right now? What do I want to try? And I've tried a lot of things and sometimes have success, but mostly probably failure. And maybe I should try to do it a different way, like my videos. But what I'm trying to say is, I kind of just totally blanked out right now. I just totally blanked out. But yeah, so I'm always thinking about stuff to write. Oh yeah, should edit that part out. This isn't gonna be edited. I'm too lazy, guys. This isn't that kind of video. I'm just gonna post it. But this is the live experience. It's really slow and it makes you want to throw your fucking computer monitor at the wall or whatever, your phone. But no, so I'm sitting here like confronting my intelligence, and some people do and some people don't because it's hard to get out of your stubborn self when you think a lot of people think the world revolves around them and they don't really have time to learn. You don't really have time to learn or research things or really like absorb what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? Like me, most of the time I just want to fuck around and do nothing and I don't really learn anything or I seem to forget like like quality standards, My quality standards have been sometimes my quality standards are pretty shit, because I'm just like, you know what? I don't even know if I try. Like even if I try, I don't even know if anybody's going to give a shit or if I'm like I don't really know if I have the talent and what it takes. And that might seem like a shitty attitude. That might be like a shitty attitude. Like, dude, that's why you need to try to make, only release like really good stuff. Like, I'm sure a lot of people out there, artists and people in general, they probably make a whole shit ton of stuff and they only release like the good stuff. And that's kind of what you want to do. Actually, is like if you're gonna make an album, if you want to make a really good album, you should probably write like a couple hundred songs. And if you can't do that, then you're probably not that good of a writer for one. But I don't know, man. That's kind of a hard thing to say, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna write a couple hundred songs. Well, it's kind of easy to write a song, man. It's easy, and yeah, for you, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I think people just don't have confidence or something. Like, dude, you just write some shit down, and there we go. My baby went away. That's probably a lyric. My baby went away. There you go. How did you come up with that? Well, I don't know. And so I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me because I'm this fucking genius or whatever. I mean, I don't really think of myself as a fucking genius, honestly. I don't know. I think just people's brains work differently. I'm just really inspired to do this shit I do because I like coming up with new stuff and I just enjoy it. And it's not really a matter of coming up with ideas. It's like, hey, I'm just fucking, I'm just shooting the shit, you know? But but yeah, so I'm starting to realize how uneducated I am, how stupid I am. But I've realized that over the years. I think I've had a lot of like I've went through a lot of stuff. So I was basically out of commission for a couple years. Just I was pretty crazy. So So for a few years, I was kind of just out of it. And then I kind of snapped back to reality, I guess. I don't know, maybe someone gave me some weird drugs and, weird something and fucked me up, but anyways, I don't really want to get into that. I've already written a book on that. But so I'm sitting here like thinking like, okay, so what you need to do, here's what you need to do if you want to make something respectable for I don't know, it's weird. It's like make something respectable for smart people or something. Or like people that absorb information or whatever. Cuz like it's if you write in a certain way, if you talk in a certain way, certain people are going to hate you or they won't hear you or they won't be interested in you just because the way you are. Like it's just the way you are. That's why it takes practice, man. Like if you hate a certain type of person, you might not open yourself up to those types of people. And I don't know, man. It seems like I'm just talking out my ass. It's a bunch of bullshit, but basically, I'm over here like, okay, I have an idea for a book right now. And I have a lot of ideas for books. And what you start to realize is maybe you don't have ideas so much as you can do anything. Like it's all right in front of you. Like, okay, yeah, you come up with the ideas, you connect the dots, okay, yes, but really it's like, okay, what do you want to do? Let's do aliens and waffles. Let's do astronauts and golf balls. Or like, I don't know, you know what I mean? You just throw shit together. That's really what you do. So let's do a sci-fi thing where phones are the characters. I don't know. Let's do a sci-fi phone adventure where the phones are actually that is a good idea that I had is to make phones into characters. I know it's stupid, right? It sounds stupid, but I like the idea. A phone is probably way smarter as a phone when it's in a human being's hand. They can't really use it to the fullest capabilities. There's so much shit you have access to. But but anyway, yeah, it's like so I have this idea, right? And it's please don't shoot anybody. That's kind of the title of the book. And I'm thinking about this book and like it's supposed to be like a comedy book, but I'm thinking about this book and I don't even know if I'm going to write the book. I'm just like thinking like, this could be a thing. And so I'm like, okay, please don't shoot anybody. And I'm like, okay, these are going to be I'm going to do this wild take on this, but it's like, okay, you know what? If you really want to write this book, you have to go study gun laws. You have to go look at everything. Look at all the opinions surrounding guns, all the different stuff, all the different shit, and absorb that. And how long is it going to take for me to absorb that? Me. If if I actually committed to it, I could probably like if I really wanted to give a solid like let's take the full course. Probably probably a couple days, maybe a couple weeks, I don't know. To really absorb it and be like, yeah, okay, I'm ready to write this book. Because I already have the comedic skills, but to write this book. But see, even if I did that, I don't know. I don't know. Because some people, all they really want is a valuable opinion because what people look for is new ideas and things that they try to implement into their own brain, kind of thing. Like, you have a social situation. And that's why some things are just uninteresting to some people because you're like, okay, this is just a bunch of interpersonal relationship drama bullshit. Let's say a show that's just like it deals with but I don't know. There's a lot of interesting it's pretty interesting what people can come up with and then you think about the idea that hey, there's a bunch of writers, a bunch of shows, all this different shit and all they're really doing is just coming up with stuff. And so it's just like, well, okay, they're just coming up with stuff. They're just coming up with shit, you know what I mean? They're just coming up with shit. There's nothing really there, you know? Which is pretty weird when you think about comedy because it's like, okay, this guy thinks it's funny. This guy thinks it's stupid. This guy thinks it's useless. This guy fucking hates me. And so it's like, okay, well, shit. Like, you know, it's kind of like this situation where it's like, even if you did something the right way, I don't know if it's really gonna matter. you know? But I don't know. I think that depending on who you are, it's just like, are you talented or not? Are you talented enough to do this? And is this going to be sellable to people? Is this going to be something that are they going to buy you? Are they going to buy you? You know what I mean? Are you going to be able to convince people that this is something they want to? Like this video. Is it convincing anyone? Is this really like the shit in this video? Is it really convincing anyone that it has anything interesting at all? You know what I mean? Besides my personality, which I've worked very hard on for years, and still, I'm probably a fucking brown streak tampon. Just kidding. I'm great.